All right, today, Darcy, we're going to make rectangles of different sizes. We're going to make rectangles with your tangrams and draw rectangles by adding other shapes. So, first thing, section 2, warm up, practice 4. Okay, and you can pause the recording and do that now, or you can wait to do that later. All right, so we're going to go back to our tangram pieces, and let's think about constructing triangles with those pieces. In fact, let's think about this. Let's think about making rectangles that are not a square using 3 pieces. Right? Think about how you might do that. Use 3 pieces to form a rectangle that is not a square. Right? And then after you've made some with 3 pieces, try to do it with 4 pieces. And then you might even try making rectangles with 5 pieces. Okay? And see if you can make at least one rectangle using 3 pieces, one rectangle using 4 pieces, and one rectangle using 5 pieces. Okay? And let me see your work as you do that, right? So one thing you might think about when you get to 5 pieces is you might think about using 2 pieces to make a square and then seeing if you can add pieces on to one side of the square to turn that square into a rectangle. That might be an approach. Might be one way to do a rectangle with 5 pieces. Okay, when I'm thinking about 3 pieces and 4 pieces, I guess I'm thinking about taking those pieces and just kind of lining them up. That's the way I would think about it, just kind of in a line that forms a rectangle. Not necessarily thinking about stacking the pieces, but you do the best you can, and let me see what you come up with. Now your work is going to be using your worksheet 80 along with your drawing board, the T-square, and the 45 triangle. And what you're going to see is that on your worksheet, as part of the rectangle drawn, and you're going to complete the rectangles on the worksheet using your drawing tools. Of course, what might help you is if you take your tangram pieces and you create the rectangle. Okay, so on the worksheet it'll show a shape. So take that shape from your tangram pieces and then add tangrams to it to make a rectangle, and that will show you what you need to draw on your worksheet. For example, you might see on worksheet 80, you might see that there's a square, right? So you could take this tangram piece. We'll pretend like I drew right on the edges for the square, right? So what can I add to that? If I had a square, what could I add to that to turn that into a rectangle out of these pieces? Well, maybe I would take a triangle, do something like that, and another triangle, and do something like that, and I would have a rectangle. Okay, so that might be one strategy. Okay, so that's your assignment, not only to do Section 2 on your warm-up practice 4, but complete worksheet 80. Use the tangrams to build the rectangle, and then draw the rectangle on worksheet 80 with your t-square, your 45 triangle. Okay? Enjoy!